Have you ever thought, I want to have an impact upon my community, upon my church, especially for Jesus Christ? How do I go about doing that? We're going to discuss that in this video. This video is a part of a larger series of videos called Virtual Coach. If you go to our YouTube channel, Bethel Pittsburgh, go under playlist, you'll find a playlist called Virtual Coach. And in that playlist, you'll notice that the titles of the videos will say Virtual Coach, and then it'll say category. And all the videos are arranged in category order so that you can maneuver through the playlist by category. This category is mission or pursuit of the mission. How do I go about pursuing the gospel mission? And one way we can do that, because a dilemma that we end up facing is we can't seem to get ourselves to do it. We forget about it, or we get busy, other things are taking up our time, and we never actually get to doing it. And when we do, it's kind of off the cuff. It's kind of not really, it's poorly executed. So how do we get to a place where we are doing the mission consistently and more effectively? And the way we can do that is by instituting strategies and systems for us to do it. And I need to be reflective and use whatever I have at my disposal to organize things. Now, in the past, you would use a calendar, a notebook, something like that, a list, a to-do list to check on the refrigerator, and you can still do some of those things. But now we have so much technology at our disposal that we can make use of it for ministry like this. And so we can use our phones, we can use our computers and laptops and tablets and Alexas, all of those things to set up reminders and checklists that we can interact with digitally. We can use Google Docs and stuff like that to kind of envision things, and we can get things moving more efficiently. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to do that, to stop and reflect on what is it that the Lord wants me to be doing with my time, and start writing or typing those things out. And then as you brainstorm the list, then start looking at the list and ask, what priority order do these things sit in, and arrange them in priority order. Then start reflecting through how much time you should spend on each one of those, or you would like to, and how much time you have in your personal schedule, and then start to arrange them. You want to also figure out, where do I have the physical energy, the emotional energy, the mental energy to do these different tasks, the way my schedule flows. And then you're going to start laying them out in those places that work more efficiently and effectively for you. So you start laying them out. Again, you use reminders, you use checklists that you're checking on routinely to remind you to jump into whatever the task is. And then as you're doing it, you're going to have to, and this is, so those of us that are structured and routine, that first part of it is easier for us and harder for those that are not so structured and routine and more free-flowing and spontaneous. Now, the second half of this, those who are more flexible, free-flowing, easygoing, maybe not so rigid, are going to have a better time with this, and those of us who are structured are going to struggle with the second part, and that is we have to be flexible to routinely change things up, because what I'll do is I'll place things in different ways and try it out and realize that it didn't really work, and I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit. And so not giving up is very, very important, and so I step back and I try to tweak it, but it doesn't mean I need to throw the whole thing out. It might just mean tweaking. Sometimes it means a complete rearrangement. Sometimes it means starting over. But most of the time, it's probably not going to mean that. And so I need to examine things and figure out how to keep moving things around. That didn't work there. Let's try it over here. It didn't work over there. Let's try it here. And paying attention to patterns as to why. I'm too tired to do it there, so I won't do it that late at night in any of the days, or in the morning, or whatever. And I'm just going to keep rearranging it. Or the list is too big, I'm going to have to cut some of the lower priority things out, or maybe I'm going to spend less time on each. And again, I'm just trying to think them through. Then I'm trying to think through, how am I going about doing them? Is this an effective way to go about doing this? And then I'll just keep trying to modify the way I'm doing it. Are people receptive? Is it getting things done? And again, keep reflecting through that. And the more I reflect through and refine how I'm spending my time and what I'm doing, the more I'm going to be effective at ministering to others. And I'm going to be one of those people in the parable of the talents that I use the resources God gave me well and good things took place. And so try that out and see what the Lord does for you. If you have any questions on that, please leave that in the comments below. I'd be glad to answer them. Or if you would like to grow in your faith in person, we'd love for you to join us. You can either join us in person if you're in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. We are Bethel Assembly of God at 2501 Staten Street. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. Or you can, if you can't join us that way, you can join us live streaming on our YouTube channel, Bethel Pittsburgh. We stream our services live Sundays at 10 a.m. We hope to see you at either place, but may God richly bless you.